up, bitches?
How you doing? It's been a long week.
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's something we could touch on is how fucked our weeks have been.
Good idea. That's actually a really good starting point, and then we can even branch into what we were going to talk about also. So, you first. You had a more crazy, eventful week.
My week was just stupid, bro. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, I'm stretching my ears while we're telling this story. But, yeah, this week's been pretty fucked, my dude. You
Why is that?
Well, starting after we got done recording, last week, I get into my car, right, have this in my hand, getting ready to drive home, and I fucking knock this on the ceiling of my car somehow. I don't know how I did it, but that part fell off between my seat and my center console. So, sorry. So, my ring I wear, it's a giant goat head. It's like a fucking mobster ring. It's that fucking big.
And it sticks out, it juts out.
Yeah, because it has the horns on it, so it's like a nice little hook. So, I reach my hand between my center console and my seat, right? I get my ring stuck underneath my center console where the plastic meets the carpet. And I thought I was going to have to call a fucking ambulance to come get me out.
God damn.
I was like, God, this is going to be so fucking embarrassing.
It's horrible.
If I had to call an ambulance to get my fucking seat out, you know what I mean?
And even worse, to weigh on my guilty conscience, as you said, you tried calling me.
Yeah, but I don't think it went through.
I was gonna say, because I did not remember getting a call at all. And like when you told me that, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I feel like a piece of shit now.
Don't even feel like a piece of shit because when I hung up, it didn't even show that I called you. So I'm assuming it was just my connection.
Makes sense, yeah.
But, so started off with, last Friday, getting my fucking finger stuck in my goddamn car. That's the dumbest shit that's ever fucking happened to me, I think. And, let's see, going to Saturday, I think it was Saturday, we just had, it started off as like the worst work week we've had in a fucking while. Like, it was just so bad, so fucking stupid. Like I said, I'll try my best not to always disclose where I work just because if my employer sees this.
I think it's easy enough and vague enough just to say you work in a store.
Yeah, I work in a store. And, most people can guess that, but as long as I'm not saying it by name, it should be fine. But, so, God, I can't even remember hardly half the shit. I guess I would just want to tell it in order. And then it was on, like, Sunday. The entire week of works has just been like, get there and it's 7 pallets of freight I gotta break down. And most of the time I gotten there in the past few months, it's been like 1 or 2 left over. So, I get there every day this week. It's been like 4 or 5 fucking pallets. Not a single good day this entire week.
Fuck that.
And we were told we can't do mid-shifts anymore, so I won't be working 9 to 6. So that way I have to start working 1 to 10 or 4 to 1.
Really? Yeah. That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Why is that?
I don't know. They haven't, they want to look better for the schedule and shit like that. But it's like, dude, fuck you. What about these malleable hours? We're promised at Walmart, but now we're not able to get the malleable hours. This is working good for me because, in the summertime, you get out at 6, there's still like 3 hours of fucking daylight. And that's why I went to mid-shift for that reason, so I could get out and, not be totally nocturnal.
Exactly.
But
I have to laugh real quick. You had a Freudian slip there.
Did I?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
You accidentally said the name.
What?
Anybody who's paying attention will know. But it doesn't fucking matter that much. Like you said, it's not like anybody can't guess it. It's just that when you said it, I smiled real quick. I'm like, oh shit, that's funny as well.
Did I say the name of the store?
Yeah, real quick.
I didn't even realize that. That's fucking great. Fucking goddamn it. I hate myself.
That's funny. Anyways, I didn't even cut you off.
But you're good. That is funny. But almost broke my fucking nose too, because I'm lifting these RPCs out of the bin, the reusable plastic containers. They all fold down and shit like that, and we ship them off back to the center that stocks the groceries and shit. But so I'm like trying to get it out of like the highest part of the second bins, like it's like the topmost fucking RPC is full of bagged yellow onions, and it's already broken. I can see that, but I'm trying to get it to a cart quick enough to where, you know, I won't drop any and shit like that, or get it there before it breaks. But no, I was like halfway to the cart and that fucker broke the entire handle and it hit me in the fucking nose because I had so much upward force going with that shit. It was awful. Dude, I was on the ground for a good minute, 2 minutes, just like stunned, like holding my nose like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck. Sorry if you couldn't hear that. My fucking voice is extra cracky today. But, oh, and to go back into order on Sunday, I locked my fucking keys in my car.
Which is never a fun experience.
Dude, no, but luckily my dad, the trooper that he is, he was already in the town, right? And he had to go 20 more miles back home. Not 20. Probably about 10 miles in there. 10 more miles back home out of town, then grab my spare key and bring it back to me.
So either way, it's going to be more than 20 miles because you got to go back, forth, back. Yeah, fuck that. Which, I mean, I'm sure everybody can relate to that. I know I've locked my keys in my cars quite a few times. And
I feel like such a fucking idiot. I do look at the size of them holes.
Oh, yeah. Looks gross.
Yeah, let me clean it up. There we go.
I don't know why. Every time I watch you like wipe away, I feel like that should hurt.
Oh no!
I know it's stupid for me to even think that because obviously the hole is healed, but it's just, well,
oh yeah,
healed to the point where your nerves aren't feeling it. But I don't know, man.
If you guys ever do this at home, I'm sure a lot of you have before I did. Always use this fucking oil. It's amazing. And maybe I'll find something better, but so far I haven't, and it works really well. Don't even have to use a full drop, just fucking oil that shit up right there. But yeah, dude, that was pretty much my fucking week in a nutshell. Oh, and one of our employees, my coworkers, they quit.
That always sucks.
Oh yeah, let's wipe this down.
I'm kind of, well, I hope I can get to that point soon.
Yeah.
Anybody who I work with, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
Bastards. Yeah, that's an eventful week. That shit's annoying as fuck. My week definitely wasn't nearly as bad as yours. I didn't get caught in my car or trapped anywhere where I thought I had to call an ambulance and starting to hurt.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Nice.
That's an uncomfortable stretch there.
Nice.
It's like just enough to feel the pressure.
You're finally losing your virginity. Oh yeah, that's your first black dick. That's what it'd be.
Alex.
But yeah, no, that shit sucks, man. I didn't get trapped in the car or nothing like that. And I didn't fucking punch myself in the nose recently. I definitely have my fair amount of stupid fucking self-inflicted wounds like that. But for the most part, my week was decent compared to yours. But I still had my little fucking hiccups. My pipe didn't burst, but it started leaking like out of nowhere. I mean, we'd already talked. I told you about this earlier, but it pissed me off so fucking much because I normally like I'll put my clothes in this one area and then I'll get dressed right there, and I felt like my feet were, it was wet in that area of the carpet. So I was like, what the fuck, what's going on? I didn't think about it until I came back the next day and it was still wet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I kind of like traced it back and felt that it was coming out of my register. Water was leaking out of there. And I tried shutting the valve because I thought it was coming out the valve, but it wasn't. And that just made it leak more, which pissed me off. And then my phone was fucking dying and I couldn't charge it past 3%, and it was literally like completely just dead. I could use it for like a second and it would die. So I had to run to the store, get a fucking dehumidifier to try and combat that, and then get a new phone so I could call the maintenance people. And then I had to run back to the store and grab the minutes because I forgot the fucking minutes for the phone in the first place. Because for some reason with my plan on AT&T, it's like I have autopay set up, but it must be to my old card because it never renews. And then every time that it goes to renew, it won't let me pay online. I have to go and get a refilled card to put it on there to do it. It's so fucking stupid and inconvenient.
Just go straight talk, man.
I might have to try that.
Straight talk is so good.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
I have service everywhere I go. At least 99% of the time.
That's nice. Maybe I will get. How much do you pay a month?
$55 for unlimited.
That ain't bad. Yeah. I'll do that. That's probably a better deal, honestly.
I get it everywhere. Like I get 4G everywhere, but it's still kind of slow in certain spots, but it gets you there.
Mhm.
Like you hardly ever lose connection with Straight Talk
See,
because they're going off everyone's towers. They're going off AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, all of them.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I will have to try that actually. But yeah, either way, I got fucked and I couldn't call anybody, so I had to wait till the next day. So I called the maintenance guy, and then the maintenance guy was like being lazy, and he's like, "Oh well, it's gonna take more of my time to go over to the garage so I can grab my stuff and get up there. So is it okay if I just come tomorrow?" And I'm like, yeah, "Whatever, man. Like damage is on you. You know what I mean? Like, do what you want." So he finally came in and. Yeah, got that shit all straightened out, and then some other random ass bullshit happened too, but that was pretty much just the biggest thing that pissed me off. But in good news...
I can see why.
Oh, yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. Especially if they try and fucking charge me or, like, take that out of my security deposit.
Yeah.
Fuck that, I'd be pissed. But, hey, no, I told that man. You should have got here quicker, but...
Yeah,
and even
there's, like, some bad damage.
Even on top of that, it's not my fault, it's the fucking pipe. So,
Exactly.
That's your guys' fucking fault. I mean, you should compensate me if my shoes get wet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no shit, your fucking Yeezys over there. Your fucking little Nas X shoes.
Yeah, my little Nas X shoes, yeah, exactly. I already performed a satanic ritual with it.
Oh boy, here we go. Next year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that one fucking stung though, not gonna lie.
Not bad.
I think from this one I am gonna wait the full 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because this is like third week I think.
Okay.
Because we did it with the, videoless podcast we stretched.
I know, yeah. But either way, people can hear it. So
Yeah, they can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. Sorry, goddamn, my fucking throat is dry. So, a lot of you, as you know, we have our Instagram page ready. Mostly Instagram page, and we're trying to do the Spotify through Anchor. But the Anchor app keeps closing as I'm editing it, and I don't have Wi-Fi, so I have to do everything from my phone. We're trying to get to the point where we can upload to Spotify weekly. It's a lot to catch up on the longer I let it go, but I need to find a new way to upload it. So the Spotify episodes, they are on their way, but give me some time to figure some shit out, and I'll start getting those uploaded.
Which we'll get there, and I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in saying most of our viewers are on YouTube anyways, which is good. For now, obviously we want to get out and branch to every area as possible, but it shouldn't be too much of an inconvenience for now.
I'm gonna have some holes in my ears.
Oh shit, what?
Some holes in my ears. Yeah, fucking.
The first wheel double penetration.
Throw
right
some
there.
alcohol on this fucking acne.
Good idea. Fuck it.
But, yeah.
But I guess that kind of leads us into our other topic though, since we had
I
both decently bad weeks.
Got some good news on one end of it,
Yeah, some good news. I'd first seen a post from Gunner. Actually, he put my name into it, and I looked down, and it was for the Armory, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck we got here?" You know what I mean? They caught me by surprise. I thought it was so cool, and so essentially what it is there's this place in our town that was the old armory that the military would use. Or
National Guard?
Yeah, the National Guard had, and they'd park trucks and shit out there, and I'm sure they had weapons and stuff too, but either way, somebody else bought it now, and now they're converting it into a cannabis dispensary, which is awesome. And
that one went in scarily easy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's because, no, this is the one I've had done for a long time. It's weird. But yeah, that one went in.
That is odd.
Yeah, that's scary. But
But,
keep going, sorry.
But yeah, so they're gonna be putting in a cannabis dispensary there, which is awesome. And then they had open interviews a couple days ago, which me and you went to. I actually ran into would be my cousin's stepmom or my uncle's wife, or my step aunt, yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My step aunt, yeah, she was applying there. I know there's quite a few people that went and applied there actually. So I'm excited to hear about that. I shouldn't necessarily say this. I highly doubt that they're gonna watch this video at least anytime soon. But I mean, the one thing that's got me nervous, and I'm sure they're gonna check. They're gonna probably have to check. But I don't know. Is that I'm only 20, I'm not 21, so I probably won't get hired in the first place. But what I was thinking, and I don't know the stipulations and guidelines, but like you can sell liquor at 18. So I could understand if you could sell cannabis at 18.
Yeah, but he told me it had to be 21.
I kind of figured, yeah, because of the regulations, it makes sense. They're obviously going to be cutting back, and they're going to be a lot tighter on that, more constricted, because obviously the stigma associated with cannabis, which is fucking bullshit. But
Can't let them sell weed.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid. You're 18, you can be drafted into the fucking military at any goddamn point, but you'll try selling that plant, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we've all been doing it since we were 15.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know it is quite ridiculous. You can get armed to go and murder a bunch of innocent people in other countries, and you can get anally fucked on camera at 18, but you can't smoke a joint, and you can't take a drink of alcohol, which doesn't make any sense by anybody's standards, but good thing there's a lot of gray lines, and a lot of people can get whatever the fuck.
I love that Tom McDonald line. Can't get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Yep, it's true.
It's true.
That is definitely true.
Like, I get the, thing on a plane because, enclosed air, asthma, I don't know how they would invent that, really. But like, if you had, like, vape pens, edibles, and I know edibles, people are just like, oh, just take them before you go. I mean, obviously that's how you do an edible on an airplane.
My cousin Andy does that.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun as fuck, but also horrifying.
Yeah, a little bit of both, yeah.
Yeah, it's a healthy dose.
I feel like, for me personally, going on an airplane like that would be terrifying anyways. I've never been on a commercial airline.
I haven't been on a commercial airline, but one of my dad's old friends, he was a pilot, and he used to fix up planes and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he took me up in the airplane, like one of his two-person ones, and he actually let me fly it first time going up.
That is cool. See, Chevy got to do that, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, that is cool as fuck, though. Like, my grandparents knew somebody that let him do it, but that is cool, actually. That'd be a lot of fun.
It was. I think it was like $40 an hour, at least back then it was.
That's not bad, though.
40 or 60.
I mean, really.
It got them like a tank of gas or whatever. I can't remember.
That's not horrible.
Yeah.
That would be cool as fuck. That'd be a fun thing to do, get your pilot's license. I'd like to at some point in time, but I don't have the money for a fucking plane.
But yeah, more on the job. Like, I really hope I get a call back from it. And since this ain't going up till next week, till after, they're supposed to get the second call back.
Yeah.
I thought I did really good in the interview. I went in there, I put my glasses on, to make myself look smarter than I am.
Professional.
Yeah, professional. Homie, I'm professional.
I'm a professional weed dealer, boy.
Fuck yeah. That'd be awesome. I hope I get hired. But, yeah, so I went in there, I sent in my application online, had a few things that were different from my in-person one because, I don't have Wi-Fi, I couldn't print. So I got the application all done and sent into them online over Facebook. And I grabbed my other one before I went in for the actual in-person interview. So, I had something with me. It has all my awards I didn't get into the online application. Like, all my, my graduation certificate, my transcript, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and shockingly, he said, oh, you got better grades than I did in school. And I'm like, really?
Oh, wow, that's funny as
Really?
fuck. Yeah, that's awesome.
That scares me, man, but alright. But, so yeah, I filled out, the application, went in with my old portfolio. And I was like, man, I just brought this in because, I figured I should have something. I sent in my up-to-date application, through Facebook. And I just wanted to bring this for all my certificates and shit like that. And he was like, oh, okay. So he was looking at that, my resume, and the application I filled out when I got there. There was so much paperwork. But, so I think one of the good things I did was they said, when can you start working? And I put 2 weeks from my hire date. That way I kind of put in his mind that, I'm a person to give 2 weeks notice for that type of shit.
Yep, you have to.
Yep, and I think a lot of employers, they love that. Even if they can't have you right away, if you're willing to give 2 weeks notice to your other employer, they're like, oh, that's good. Because I heard him say it out loud. He was reading through it and he's like, oh, 2 weeks till start date. Okay, that's good. You'll give 2 weeks notice. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Nice. Yep,
So I knew I did the right thing on that one. And then, he was asking me, so you've been into marijuana a long time? And I was like, I've been into marijuana since high school, man.
No shit, yeah, exactly.
Like, goddamn, you're gonna call me out like that, but...
I mean, it's the profession, though.
I wonder what my dad's gonna tell my aunt I do. My extremely religious aunt.
That's a tough one.
That's
I know.
Be interesting.
I was definitely going through that confliction also because of my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want them to know. Even the podcast is too much. I wouldn't want my
We
grandparents
want to bring
ever
you
stumble.
lunch to your new work.
Oh my God, no. Good thing they don't do that.
Just maybe at the coffee shop, Grandpa.
yeah, that's good enough.
You got rehired there. Get there and say, Dog, just go with it. Just go with it.
Just tell them, we're in another factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, we process these plants, and just package them and sell them. That's pretty much all we do.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
But, yeah, so towards the end of the interview, he says, all right, so we're going to be calling people back on Monday and Tuesday. And, for the secondary interview, the people we want, he says, I don't normally tell a lot of people this, something I think he says to probably everyone, But hopefully not. He says, I don't normally tell this to everyone, but I am calling you on Monday or Tuesday.
Hey,
I was like,
good.
fuck yeah.
Yep.
So, secondary interview, hopefully, maybe.
Hey.
Hopefully a future sponsorship. Armory, Sturgis, Michigan.
That'd be nice. That'd be fucking awesome. We could do literally fucking Dank and Dabby, man.
Yeah.
Just disjointed. That'd be so much fun. That would be cool as hell. No, either way, it's awesome. Just the fact that the opportunities are opening up at this point in time.
Exactly.
It's insane. It really is. And that's just to show the impact that legalization can actually have at this point. I mean, it's taken a minute for it to get this far. At least the backwater fucking cities like we live in. But
10 years ago, I never thought I'd be applying to a weed shop. I never thought that in my life. And being like, wow, I'm legally selling cannabis. That's weird.
No
So
shit.
the job positions are bud tending, front end help, and shift manager.
Yeah.
And fucking hell, sorry guys.
I'm dying here.
But so I don't know how much the pay is for each of those positions, but I'm kind of wanting to go to that shift manager because in the ad, I know you won't get what they say in the ad right off the bat.
Yeah.
But starting pay can be $14 to $25 an hour.
Exactly.
So if I could get the thing I don't want about management is having to chance of being called in on my days off. That would suck.
That would suck. But it'd be worth it depending on what you're doing.
Depending on how much too.
Especially with that definitely.
But the thing is, I have a girlfriend. She has her own place. I have my own place. I go see her every Wednesday through Friday. So that would suck if I got called in during one of those days where I don't see her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucks over your free time.
Yeah, so if that's how the shift manager role is, I probably won't go for that right now. Probably just wait it out a while. But no, I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, if I get hired in, it's gonna be so good. Au revoir, unnamed store. Goddamn.
No, but it is fucking insane, honestly. I can't believe that Sturgis is finally to the point they're getting one.
Yeah.
And not even that, 3 of them.
3?
Which is insane. Yeah, there's this one, there's the one right out by Golden Buddha, and then there's one just down the road, actually.
Really? I didn't know there were actually dispensaries in Sturgis yet. Are those medical or are they recreational?
That I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I just know that they're putting them in there. I know they've been working on that one.
So are you sure it's weed or is it that Delta-8 shit?
No, it's weed. Yeah, the one's Bloom City or some shit like that.
Okay.
The other one, I don't know. I just know that they've approved permits. One of my buddies is friends with the fucking city commissioner, and he was saying something about that. But either way, the fact that there's fucking multiple dispensaries popping up, plus Constantine, then there's the cultivation jobs that are opening up in Constantine now for that. It's insane. It really is. It's awesome. It's beautiful is what it is.
It's beautiful,
I mean,
man.
it's insanely beautiful. It astounds me, to be honest. And coming from somebody that got charged with fucking possession of marijuana 2 years ago, it's absolutely insane. 2 years ago.
You never told this story either.
Oh, wow.
You want to get into that?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I guess that is a good
I would say, yeah, because when you told me that story, that shit was fucking funny. Even the comment the cop made to you guys, that was so good.
I gotta think of where to go from, honestly. This is such a shitty ass story, and there's so much to it, too. It's just
Start from the beginning.
bullshit. Yeah, I guess the beginning, wow. The beginning would be going up for orientation at college. It's kind of funny. I guess this is gonna be sort of a cannabis themed podcast in the first place, which obviously with Psychonauts we're talking about multiple substances, but cannabis is, for me, the holy grail. That's what, I guess they could consider it the gateway drug, but I would consider alcohol more of a gateway drug than what I would cannabis.
Yeah.
But for me, it's
It depends on what you're defining as a drug. Like, what a drug means to you in a way. I know, like, in the dictionary, a drug is anything that has psychoactive side effects on the body.
Exactly.
I know that. But if you... To me, I see pot or marijuana, however anyone wants to say it. I see that as a gateway to the psychedelic drugs. It's for some people. For me, it's a gateway to psychedelics. I have no interest in like any of the hard drugs out there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just into certain courses. I see.
So like pot would be the gateway to mushrooms, and then that would be a gateway to LSD, DMT, salvia, all that shit. But alcohol, for me, in my eyes, I say that as I'm drinking a beer, but I just like Red's Apple. Don't hate on me. Red's Hard Apple was fucking amazing.
I've never tried one, but I've heard they're good.
Say they are fucking good. They're fucking good. I highly recommend for when you turn 21.
I'm excited. I cannot wait.
But so where was
I? Going into drugs and.
Oh yeah, so I'd say alcohol is more the gateway. A lot of people will hate on me or argue against this fact also, which, that's of course because that's how they are. They don't, like for me, alcohol, it's not a gateway into the harder drugs like cocaine or meth, but if you were going to like start anywhere, like before you do those ones, unless you're just like 0 to 100 real fucking quick and you just go right for like fucking coke, first drug you ever done, that's... Yeah, I don't know about that one.
See, the reason I consider it, and personally, I do go by more like the dictionary textbook of drugs. Like a drug is anything that has psychoactive effects. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's caffeine or what you're talking about. That's a drug.
Yeah, coffee is definitely a drug too, along with tobacco. Like, you can't get around that.
And it's the same rule. Everything is poison and nothing is without poison. It's the dosage alone that gets you, and it's the same thing with drugs. It just depends on the dosage you're doing. You might not necessarily feel it, but it's still giving you certain psychoactive effects.
Yeah.
It's still, everything that's a drug is a drug, but into the gateway sides of it, I definitely don't see weed as a gateway drug like that. I know what you're saying, and I finally understand what you're getting at with the psychedelics. You're saying it's not leading you into the whole spectrum of drugs. It's just leading you in a certain light.
Because if you have like, kind of the, what do they call us, teeter-totters? If you're kind of like teeter-tottering on the fucking atheism side, but still want to go with the spiritual side, you want to find something to grasp onto. And, I don't think you need to. Not everyone needs something to grasp onto in the spiritual aspect. But I kind of just like exploring those realms. I want to start reading the Quran. I want to read the Bible again through and through. I want to read like any of the Buddhist texts. I want to get into all of that shit. And I just see psychedelics as one of those things to kind of broaden your spiritual awakening. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean even the sadhus in India, they've been smoking it for years. They call it bhang. It's bhang, the ganja. And they say that, I can't remember what god it is, I want to say it's Shiva, but I'm probably wrong. But one of their gods, they say, created it, and that's why all the sadhus smoke. They sit around all day and fucking smoke and meditate. It's awesome. I would love to go and smoke some fucking hashish with some fucking, some sadhus. I think that'd be so cool.
Awesome.
And I do completely understand what you're saying. It is definitely has spiritual properties and effects to it.
And that's if you, more or less if you want them to. A lot of people, they can use them for party drugs, but for me, I don't choose to use them like that.
It's all
and I don't want to act like I'm, above anyone else for doing that. Live your life how you want to live it, but that's just for me.
It's all about intention.
I like exploring, my thoughts.
And you can use it for everything. I mean, personally, how would I put it? Like, there's definitely the fun aspect too. I mean, if we're talking psychedelics or whatever, like weed, for me now, I'm to the point where weed doesn't bother me in any situation. I use it for fun, spiritual, all of it. It directly depends on the intention you're going into it. And the same with psychedelics also, to a degree. You can definitely have a shit ton of fun on psychedelics, and I've had my fair share of just having fun on psychedelics, but but it definitely hits that point, even if you are just trying to have fun on it, where it does get intense and spiritual and philosophical and mind-boggling, you know, to the point where you are confronted with these things, even if you're not trying to, you don't have the intention to go into it. You may just be trying to have fun, but it may have its own course to take.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the reality of the situation. And going back a little bit into like alcohol, and I guess you could even make the argument with caffeine, actually, talking about like gateway drugs and everything. The reason I would say alcohol is the gateway drug and not cannabis is because of the fact that when you take it, you know, it lowers your inhibitions and it lowers your judgmental choices and everything that you're doing. So when your judgment is lacking in that sense, and you're at a party, you know, you're drinking with all your friends and everything, and then somebody's like, hey man, just take this pill, or hey, snort a line of this shit, man, or smoke, hit this pipe, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your lack of judgment in that sense, because of the lack of inhibition, because of the alcohol and everything, you're like, you know, man, fuck it. Why not? Fuck it. And don't get me wrong, you know, you can still have the same type of effects from cannabis, and it comes down to the person and everything. But me personally, when I'm smoking weed and someone's like, hey man, you should hit this meth pipe, which never happens. But in my head, like, nah bro, I'm chill. I like this level. Like, dude, I'm not trying to go anywhere else. Yeah. Like, no.
You were saying something and it just reminded me, for some reason it popped into my head. That time, I think it was when you came home from college for the summer, and you know, you brought like the big box of Whippets. Big fucking box of Whippets. Like, we didn't do them all, but like you left me some, right? And you know, I was, you know, doing a couple a day maybe until I ran out of them. I don't go buy them and shit like that. But yeah, I was doing a couple a day, and my dad was like laying on the couch one day, right next to me. We had one of those L-shaped sectional motherfuckers, and you know, I'm on one end of the L, he's on the other end, laying towards the center, and my cat's between us. So I get the balloon ready on that cracker. I put the fucking CO2 canister in, and I fucking crack it. My cat freaks the fuck out. It doesn't have front claws, but it has back claws still. That wasn't our choice. We did not declaw our cat. But gotta say that for the people freaks out there.
Yeah.
But so the cat jumped onto my dad's face and like clawed his face and chest a little bit.
Fuck.
Yeah, I felt like shit. But like a couple minutes after, he was laughing his ass off because he's never seen a fucking cat move like that.
Damn, that's funny.
It was the funniest shit. It was like, because it was like, and that fucking cat was gone.
That's awesome.
He like went on his face, went to the back of the couch, and then into the room, like the other room. It was so fucking funny.
That's hilarious, though. Yeah, and same thing. I mean, just since we're talking about drugs, you know, nitrous oxide obviously isn't bad. They've been using it in dentistry practices and in hospitals for years. And I mean, since the 1800s, I think is when they discovered. Maybe 1700s, way the fuck back.
Yeah. Anastasia.
Yeah, but it's clearly not bad. No drugs are good or bad. They just are what they are. They're just drugs. What causes good or bad effects is how you take it. Is essentially what it comes down to. It's just the fact that it's been so stigmatized over the past years with the war on drugs and all this, you know, DARE bullshit, Nancy Reagan and all that shit. But
bullshit, lie, propaganda.
Exactly. But none of them are inherently bad. Me personally, I love Whippets. I can't do them a lot, obviously. I wouldn't recommend anybody do them a lot.
Don't do what Steve-O did.
Don't
do what Steve-O did.
No, fuck no.
What was that like? He had 12 cases, or 24 cases, and each came with 24 in them, and he tried to do them all in the night.
Yeah.
Like he said, I guess he was quoted saying he wanted to replace the oxygen in his body with nitrous.
Yeah, fuck that.
You can see that picture of him like with a cigarette on the floor amongst his like 30 fucking Whippet canisters he's used.
And the one where he's like, ah.
That's the one.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, I love that.
And that's from that night apparently, because you saw like it looked like there was blood on the floor, like there was Whippet canisters everywhere.
Damn.
I like the picture he did where now he did the same picture but it was like carrots and vegetables and shit. Carrots and vegetables. like fruits and vegetables, and they have like kombucha he's drinking instead of liquor.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's good too.
Yeah, that man did an amazing glow up.
For
I'd
sure.
love to meet him and interview him and talk about it a little bit.
Exactly. But yeah,
hopefully someday.
It's insane because there's no way in fuck I would do that many whippets. I mean, a box of whippets hits that point where you're like, oh my god, dude, my head, and like that's just too much.
Yeah.
There's no way. It scares me. That's what sent me off into the bad trip when I was fucking tripping on acid. It's because I was like, I killed too many brain cells, and then it just fucking tumbled down. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I guess I shouldn't recommend doing drugs at all to anybody, but me personally, whippets are a lot of fun.
We're not recommending that you do drugs, but we're just giving you advice on if you decide on your own free will that these are the drugs you want to do, you know.
Most people, if they're going to YouTube to look up certain things about acid or this or that,
they already plan on doing it.
They already plan on doing it. They're just looking for advice on how to do it right, and that's what the whole purpose of harm reduction is. And we kind of throw in a lot of harm reduction on our videos, but
yeah, I consider ourselves a little bit of a harm reduction podcast in some aspects because when we get into these like psychedelic stories and shit like that, we're always talking about shit we wish we would have done, shit we always do, you know, when it comes to it, how we've had our bad experiences, but how we can also come out and grow from them.
And safety tips, set and setting, test your stuff, all the basics.
And I think it would be better to party with psychedelics if you were to know about the spiritual effects of it first. So that way, like, if you're partying, right, and you accidentally take too much, that way you know what's happening, so you can just kind of sit down, kind of get a bearing on everything, and just be like, okay, this is what the substance is, this is what it's doing to me.
You ground yourself.
Yeah, you ground yourself. People need to know how to ground themselves, and I am still kind of bad at that.
Oh, me too.
But it comes with practice.
Exactly.
Grounding is everything, right? If, you know, as I said, if you're going to use it to party, it's not bad. Like, I don't think it's bad if you're going to use mushrooms or acid to party.
It's great fun.
Yeah. But I'm an introvert for the most part, so I just don't like parties in general.
Same, yeah.
But, goddamn, I feel like gassy.
I got the burps too, I know, or bad.
But, yeah, if you can kind of focus on what the drug is, like if you know what it is, if you've done it enough in a setting to where it's supposed to be for spiritual use, you know, you try to do it like that. I think you'll have a better understanding of how to calm down if you're taking it with a party, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you definitely need to know your grounding techniques, that's for sure. And there's multiple different things that you can use as grounding techniques. And people develop their own over time as well. But, yeah, going back though a little bit, you know, because we started going off talking about fucking cannabis-y themed podcast, which is great because cannabis, like I said, is my love. That's where it essentially started for me. I guess you could consider it my gateway drug, but I got there out of interest in substances in general, not necessarily because I was smoking weed and I was like, man, I want to do some cocaine. Like, that sounds cool as fuck. Not necessarily like that. You learn about stuff over time, and one of my main interests is pathological disturbances and the things that happen, the way that they interact with people and their minds and everything like that. It just intrigues me. And so that's the reason, really, why I got into medicinal plant chemistry, which is the program that I was going up north for. Is because I keep saying a lot. I sound like Mr. Kirby or Mr. Collins. But yeah, so that's part of the reason that I got so interested in medicinal plant chemistry in the first place was because of that. And you know, I've had an interest in multiple different plants and fungi and things like that in general anyways, because me and my family would go mushroom hunting for, you know, morels, the big ones.
Dude, morels are so fucking good.
Amazing, and it's actually
you ever put them on burgers and shit like that?
It's the shit. It's finally time for him too. My uncle already found 12 grays.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was out, which is exciting. But we'd go mushroom hunting, morels, dog peckers, beefsteaks, and chanterelles, boletes, all that kind of shit, oyster mushrooms, hen and chicken of the woods. And then plants also, fiddleheads, you know, rhubarb pie. My grandma would make poke salad, which is actually a poisonous plant, but if you blanch it and then throw the water out, then you can cook it up, you can fry it up, it's really good. Indian root, or Indian pipe, I mean, just all kinds of random ass shit. But that piqued my interest and to go into that as well, because that's essentially what the program is about, is taking all of these plants that have medicinal properties. Part of it is growing a particular plant and then just extracting out the chemicals and doing the research into the chemicals and finding out exactly how they interact and why they have medicinal properties and finding out what chemicals have medicinal properties and turning those into medicines, which is fucking awesome. I think it's really interesting. Anyways, so I was up for orientation, and this was like, we were still in school. This would have been senior year sometime. Around March, I think, is when I went up. Or maybe it was a little later than that even, but me and my mom, no, I'm an idiot. My bad. The first time I went up for orientation was with Chevy. That was March 17th.
Okay.
So we went up just to like do a meet and greet and shit like that and see if we wanted to go to the school. Then for my real orientation before school started, I went up with my mom, and it was on June 24th because I turned 18 while I was up there.
Oh, okay.
So on my 18th birthday, I wake up. See, it's weird that you gotta like tell the story in order for the story to come back, and then you finally remember everything. So I'm fucking waking up on my 18th birthday, and we're camping. Bad campsite, actually, surprisingly. Everywhere up north, there's so many beautiful campsites, but this one was like right in the middle of the city, and it was just such an odd place. You could hear the train and shit in the background.
That would be weird.
It was so weird, yeah. But we were like probably 2 miles away from Lake Superior. Oh shit, my bad. We were like 2 miles away from Lake Superior, but we weren't camping on Lake Superior. It was like a little side lake. Anyways, me and my mom were sitting there, and I woke up at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I had to pee, so I'm like, alright. Opened up the tent, and I walked out, and I was heading over to the bathroom, and I see this goofy ass long hair looking motherfucker, and you know he's also walking towards the bathroom. So I'm like, hey man, I like your hair. Like the most random ass fucking stoner thing to say to somebody.
Was that Seth?
It was Seth. Yeah,
Seth?
He's like, oh thanks man, I appreciate it. You know, and we started walking and everything, and I'm like, so what are you up here for? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm camping out with my family. I'm about to go to orientation for medicinal plant chemistry. I'm like, no shit, bro, me too. Like, that's awesome.
Of course, the people there for medicinal plant chemistry are both camping in the woods.
Exactly, right next to each other. And the night before, me and my mom were like, I don't know if we should smoke, because I don't know if these people are snitches or not, you know. And so we didn't smoke. Well, no, we did. We just stayed in our tent and we smoked. We hotboxed it.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking with this kid, and we're just rapping back and forth. You know, yeah, medicinal plant chemistry, this and that. How'd you find out about it? Oh, I found out through blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's fucking awesome. I'm like, today's my birthday. You know, he's like, oh, no shit, happy birthday. He's like, man, come back to my car with me. I'm like, well, hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. And go back to his car, and he pulls out a big old fat blunt. He's like, happy birthday, bro.
He just gave it to you?
He just gave it to
fucking
me.
Awesome.
And right there, I knew this is my roommate.
Fucking awesome.
Like, this is my fucking roommate, right?
I do want to meet this kid, though.
Yeah, you should. I know.
Is he ever going to be around, dude? I'd love to have him on here.
I don't know. I want to catch him sometime. I want to go up north. I want to take a trip up north, and we should fucking just go for it, because he's either going to be in Marquette or back in West Virginia, because he's from fucking...
Damn, West Virginia.
All the way in West Virginia, boy.
You should send him a text after this, see what he's up to.
I'm going to, yeah. He's got a kid now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, which is awesome. But he has been up in Marquette. I'm pretty sure he's still going to classes and everything, which is good. But yeah, so... I knew right there, I'm like, this man is my fucking roommate.
That's dope.
And he's like, yeah, keep it, bro, whatever. And, you know, me and my mom smoked it on the way home and everything. It was so cool. But so after that, we went, and I went with him. I found him when we got to the college and everything for the orientation, and we fucking, like, walked around and did all the bullshit together. And I actually kind of feel like shit, because there's this weird-ass kid, too, that, like, kind of started, like, walking with me. He's like, oh, we should be roommates, man. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And he like tried finding me through their little portal thing to like set up a roommate and everything, and then they even called me, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to be with him, I already got a roommate. And it was sad, obviously. It was the most awkward thing. And then that kid ended up being in my dormitory too.
Oh, did he?
Just down the hall from me, and I was like, ugh, cringe.
How'd that go?
He never talked to me, which is kind of nice.
Great friends.
Yeah, it was weird, but... So anyways, yeah, me and Seth were real cool after that, and smoked that blunt on the way home, and we decided we were going to be fucking roommates and everything. We hung out a little bit while we were up there. We went around, got some food, and we smoked some more, and all that good shit. And so it would be a couple months later, I think August, about August, then it was time for classes and everything to start. So you got the whole pack your shit up, drive up there, you know, everything's going nice and fun and cool, and then you got the emotional, oh my god, you guys are going away, all that bullshit.
I never had that.
I can honestly say I did. Like, the whole time I'm like, man, I don't even give a fuck. But then towards the end, like, right about the day that they were leaving, I was like, oh. I was like tearing up and shit, like, oh fuck, you know, and like, this is it. Which it was so exciting, but also nerve-wracking at the same time. My grandparents is what made me sad.
Yeah.
My grandpa's like all trying to be, like, not trying to cry and everything, and that's what made me fucking sad. But anyways, I remember carrying my shit in there. It was actually funny because my grandpa, actually it was just my grandpa, because my grandma, she's got knee problems, so she can't walk very far, so it was just my grandpa, and we're walking into the dormitories, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is my room. I open it up, and Seth was in there because his parents left him, and he was in there for like a night already by that point, and he had his fucking cannabis periodic table up on the wall, and I'm like, no, dude, not with my grandpa. I loved it. Like, I loved the poster. I'm like, that's so cool, but my grandpa, and he's sitting there sleeping. He was out, like, the whole time we're moving in. He didn't fucking wake up, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he was, and, you know, I got all my shit moved in and everything, and then I went and drove around with my grandparents for a little while longer after I got my shit moved in, and then we came back and did our split away. And as I'm walking back into the room, you know, my parents are fucking taking off, and I'm finally like on my own. I'm finally a college kid. And I go and I open up my door to go in for the first time, and there's Seth fucking hitting a bong of resin. He looks up, he's like, oh. It was the funniest fucking thing ever. So I'm like, alright, I guess he's been smoking, you know, probably good. So we smoked a little bit, and I had some joints on me. We smoked a joint, and I had a little bit of loose bud and everything. And so we went after that, drove around a bit. We met my sweet mates, Hunter and Joe, cool as fuck. At first I was like, I don't know about these guys, but they turned out to be cool as fuck. We walked around campus. We went to a head shop over the town over. God damn, I'm getting the same thing.
It sucks, man.
We went to a fucking head shop the town over. And, you know, they all had some money to blow and everything, and I was poor as fuck. I didn't have money to spend on it. And even though I was the only one with a car and I was driving everybody around, I didn't have fucking money to spend on shit. And Seth bought a $200 bong. The biggest and best bong I've ever hit in my life. We got fucking yellow clouds out of this thing. It was thick. It was stupid thick. Stupid thick. And then we went to Pizza Hut and ate some pizza and went back to the dorms, and we fucking sat there, and, you know, we were smoking a bit, no problem. And then I was getting around for bed, and like right as soon as I was laying down, I think he was sitting there smoking on that bong just a little bit more, and I hear this knock, just, I'm like, fuck. And like I said, I'm like in that transition point where you're asleep, you can still hear stuff, and I heard that. And I'm like, no, are you fucking kidding me? And I hear it again. And I hear him, like, going over to the door. I hear him opening up the door. And I hear him talking with somebody. The guy's like, what are you guys doing? Or some shit like that. And I hear these guys. Oh, yeah, my bad. And I hear these guys, like, walking into the room and everything. And I feel this guy grab my foot, nudge my foot. He's like, wake up. And I'm just like, roll over a bit, try to act like I didn't hear him. I felt him again, like, wake up. And I'm like, fuck. God damn it. So I look up and we got these fucking pigs in our room. And I was so fucking pissed. I was so fucking mad. They were just college PD. And they were actually really cool about it too. Yeah. But
let the record show we don't think all cops are pigs.
Yeah, no, not at all.
There are bad cops, we'll agree.
There are bad cops, but I respect cops. I'm just a piece of shit. I'm a smart ass.
Me too.
But, so he's like, you guys been smoking, blah, 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 this kind of shit. You got any weed in here, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to let him know, because if I don't tell him and then he finds more, then it's going to be even fucking worse than if I just give it to him. So I'm like, yeah, man, I got like a little bit of bud here, and I got some joints. And there were joints, and my charge was 2 marijuana blunts, which I was like, that's kind of fucking dumb. Like, know your shit.
Marijuana blunts.
Yeah, if you're going to charge me, know your shit, but...
Like, blunts are marijuana. Like...
Yeah, but it was, I just thought it was funny. It's like, man, this is a joint, not a fucking blunt, man. But
Probably get more out of you for blunts. More weed.
It must be something, but they fucking took our weed, took our shit, and then all of our pipes. They took Seth's fucking brand new $200 bong that he bought that day.
I'd be so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, they were dumping the water out, and I heard the fucking what's that? What am I thinking?
The fucking bowl.
The bowl, yeah, the bowl. That I can't think of the other word, but the bowl fucking heard that. Yeah, yep. I heard that crash out into the sink, and they broke it. And he's like, "Oh, that tends to happen." I'm like, "Man, you fucking pig! Like, you just hold me back." You know, like,
that tends to happen. No, it doesn't. Yeah. Anyone who knows how to clean a bong knows. Clean that separately in some Tupperware, and let's clean this bong. Like
he did it on purpose.
Yeah,
He's just being a piece of shit. But they took, like 3 of his bongs. They took my pipe. My mom got me on my birthday. We were up for orientation. We got.
That's shitty.
They took my pink bong that I bought just to go to college. They took my grinder. They took my weed and everything. His tray, his bong. I don't know. They took like 4 or 5 pipes in general, like three bongs, and it was just a bad experience as it was. So then, obviously, we got all the shit in the mail that we're gonna have to appear in court and all that good stuff, and then they had to come and book us because we technically got arrested, but we didn't get arrested that night. But we got arrested for our processing and everything. So when they came to do that, thank God I was away for Chevy's birthday. I went home. And they came to pick Seth up, and Seth's in there fucking dabbing out, which I can't say anything. We were doing the same thing when I was up there. It's just good timing on my part, and I had an alibi, thank God, but he's up there fucking dabbing out, and then the cops knocking on the door. And my buddies were all texting me. They're like, "Bro, Seth just got arrested. He was smoking, and the cop came to get him." And I was like, "Oh fuck." So I got up there like the next day.
Oh fuck, that sucks.
Yes, it was so fucking not funny, but it was fucking funny. He got caught red-handed again. They took that pipe that he bought. We went through so many pipes when we were up there. So he got charged twice. I got charged once. I got probation for mine. He got off the first charge, but got charged for the second charge. I don't know how he got off the first one. But he ended up sitting a day in jail. I didn't. I just got arrested. They fucking put the cuffs on me. Like, they didn't even put the cuffs on me as I was riding into jail. They put them on so I could go into the jail and then sit there on their little wooden bench thing while they fucking take your mugshot.
Because they have to.
Everything. Yeah. But
some cops are nice. If you just get in their car, they won't put the cuffs on you. Sometimes, depending on how you're acting.
The lead cop, the guy that you could tell was the superior, he was cool as fuck. And I'm sitting there, bullshitting with him. I'm like, man, I think this is absolutely fucking retarded. Like, you cannot tell me that this is actually something that is, like, justified in our legal system. He's like, no, I completely agree with you, especially with the laws changing this and that, But then there's the other cop. And he's sitting there like, I'm like, can you guys take my cuffs off? Yeah, maybe I'm privileged or whatever. I'm like, but I wasn't being violent. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was clearly just sitting there, like, waiting for my shit to be done. The other guy's like, yeah, whatever. And then that other cop sitting there, like, with his, like his knee in the way and kind of like position like he thinks I'm gonna run or something, like he's gonna push me down, and it's like, dude, fuck you. You really think I'm about to try and fucking run out of a police station?
Yeah, for such a minor charge.
Exactly. Like it was so ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some people do. But I mean, why? Like, just don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Not even that, but like I was completely complying with everything. As soon as they knocked on my door, I'm like, oh yeah, man, let me get my shit. I'll be right out. Like the whole time, and he was just being a douche. He was just being a fucking cop or pig. Excuse me. He's just being a pig. The other dude was being a cop.
Yeah.
He was cool as fuck.
There is a difference between fucking cops and pigs.
Definitely. And the other one, every time I would see him, like. That was gross. In the dining hall, I'd always be like, oh, hey, how you doing? He was cool as fuck.
Just doing his job, man.
Just doing his job,
and
exactly.
He did it well. He didn't, like, kick your fucking door in or anything.
Yeah, he did a great job, and the other guy was just being a fucking douchebag, but then I got through probation, had to do fucking 6 hours community service, sorting clothes at, what is that place called?
Goodwill.
Salvation Army, the same thing. And that was nasty. Honestly, I would never want to do that again.
Fuck no.
And then I had to pay like $800 in fines, which I was poor, so I couldn't pay. So I had to like drag it out. I only got drug tested one time, thank God. I probably shouldn't say anything about that on camera. Well, fuck it. Don't cut it out, Alex. I only got drug tested one time, but then I got lucky actually because since I passed all my drug tests, thank God. Then since it was just because I had to pay the money, I got to go home. So I had to go home and work so I could get the money, and it took me a long time to pay that off because man, I'm poor as fuck. $800 is a lot of money. You don't have money. So it took me a minute to come up with it, but then I finally got that paid off. They suspended my license and shit. And, I mean, I still had to drive, so I had to go to work, you know what I mean? So I had to do what I had to do, but it was a bullshit situation all around.
That is.
It really fucking sucked. And now, actually, I'm glad that it happened, and I'm honestly like happy. I'm proud that it happened because I can say I was charged with possession of marijuana. You know what I mean? That's gonna be nothing. Like in a couple 20 years, people are gonna be like, "What? You got charged with possession?" That makes no sense. Like that's your criminal record. Like
I can't remember what comedian was talking about that, but he's like, "Yeah, kids, you know, my kids or your kids aren't gonna believe you when they hear our stories about how we had to go get weed. Like, you know." Yeah, how'd you get weed, Dad? You just go down to the 7-Eleven and he's like, no, I got into a car with 3 people I don't know. And we were gone for 4 hours. They had to go get the weed from their spot, and it's like, yeah, I've been in that situation, man.
Yeah, I hate that
I'm not
shit.
sure if I've told that story yet, but I kind of want to. I won't say his name, you know, legal shit.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you know. We went to school with him. Weed tea.
Yeah, you
don't know it?
You got me. I don't know. I guess we don't have to write it out. Type it out for me. I got it. No, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're good.
I got it.
But
or actually, just say it and cut it out.
yeah, Alex got this name. God damn it. Indigestion is a motherfucker tonight, right now. There we go. So anyway, you know, this is my first time hanging out with this kid. First kid I ever smoked weed with.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, sorry guys, indigestion is a motherfucker tonight for some reason. It can't be because of the beer and Red Bull.
Not at all.
No, not at all. Not the syrupiness of each. So I get to this kid's house, and his mom is like a prison guard, man.
Oh no shit.
Like not to me when I came in. She was fine to me, but with him, like before we left, you know, she patted him down. Yeah. So what this kid does, we get out of his room, right? He has a pipe in his pocket, and you know we're walking out, and we're getting ready to leave. He's saying bye to his mom, and she says, "Where are you going?" And he's just, you know, told some bullshit lie. I can't even remember. I think he said we were going to someone's house, but we ended up going to someone else's house, you know, that old high school shit.
Yeah.
But, so, it's so good.
Whoops.
Yep, whoops. So, this kid, right, he's like, okay, but let me go get my shoes first. And she's like, no, come here now. And he just doesn't listen. He's like, no, I'm going to get my shoes. So, as he's turning to get his shoes, he puts his hand in his pocket and crouches down and puts it in one of the other shoes. And then he grabs his shoes and walks over to his mom. She didn't notice shit. She starts patting him down. She's like, okay, you know, asked a few more questions, like information and shit like that. And, you know, she goes out of, you know, if camera phrases, she goes out of frame, right? You know, she's non-existent at this point. She walked to another room. But, so he walks over and I said, how didn't you get caught? And she was like, I just put it in the shoe, man.
Damn.
Yeah, so,
that's
you know,
funny.
we walk out to his road, and, you know, he had a long-ass driveway. You've been to his house, right? No?
I think I know where it's at, though.
Yeah.
Table Road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a long-ass driveway, and we walk up the driveway, and we're just waiting there. We're waiting there for, like, fucking 10, 15 minutes. And, you know, eventually, these other kids we went to school with, they pulled up in a car. I wasn't friends with them. I was like a freshman at this time. They were in the senior classes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you definitely know who I'm talking
pretty
about.
sure, yeah.
You definitely know.
Yeah, Dan.
But, huh?
Basic name, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But, that's funny. So he picks, it's, God, I'll have to tell you after the podcast, but I want to tell you who it was. It was 3 of the seniors, me and Kane. They pick us up. Every one of them is already in there. You know, I have a feeling these dudes are, you know, just being seniors with the freshman kids, you know, they're overcharging for weed.
Yeah.
I think they did that. Because I remember getting a delivery from the same people, like a couple months earlier, and it was like $45 for an eighth or some shit like that. And it's like, I don't know about that one, man.
I don't know either.
But I want to have been on it because I wanted to smoke. But so we get in this kid's car and we're like, all right, so we smoking in here. We go right back to your house. And he says, no, man, we gotta still go get the weed. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I hate that shit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Actually, same person did the same thing. And I really love him. He's also a really cool dude, but...
Yeah, so, yeah, we gotta go get the weed, man. It's like, fuck, alright, man. Wasn't expecting this shit. You know, praying to God. Because, you know, I was still a freshman. I just came from a Christian school. I'm still somewhat religious. You know, I'm like, God, please don't let us get pulled over.
Oh, no.
So...
I never met you in that stage.
Yeah, that was freshman year.
Oh, I guess that's when
But
we were
weren't
talking.
Yeah. So we go to this house in the town we're in now. I could actually point the fucking house out to you. But, so it was, you know, on the coffee shop strip.
Okay.
And, you know, we turn, it was, you know, where Alex cut the street is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was like you're going down Ottawa and you turn on Congress Street and it's the first driveway to the right. You know, those big houses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. So we go over there and we're, you know, behind like 3 other houses. It was like third house down, they all share a long driveway. And he gets out, he goes inside, he's in there for like 15, 20 fucking minutes. And
fuck that. Smoking, probably.
Yeah, probably. And a few minutes later, you know, out of courtity with your plug.
Yeah,
smoke with your plug, people.
Yeah.
Especially if he's offering his own weed, that's even better. That's how you know you got a good plug.
That was nice.
Yeah, it is nice. But especially if they offer the smoke their weed and still give you a little bit extra on the top. Oh, those are good fucking dealers.
Yeah.
But, so, we're waiting there, right? I could tell this entire story, man. It's such a good story. It's going to be like 20 fucking minutes, I guarantee it. But, you know, we're sitting there, right? And me and Kane, sorry, goddammit. And me and my friend are in the back seat. And, you know, we're just waiting. It's getting more and more sketchy as the seconds go by. And next thing you know, like 2 cars pull in behind us.
Oh,
they don't block us in, but they pull up to the sides of us. And dude, I felt my heart start palpitating like that. I'm like, oh, fuck, what the hell is this?
Fuck that.
What the fuck did I get myself into? And... you know, he eventually comes back out, you know, and I don't think we went anywhere after that aside from the gas station. We went to the Marathon on the highway down there. And so we get there and another one goes inside and they're all talking about like what kind of blunt wraps to get. And I think friend who shall not be named wanted like breakfast wraps. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was like yuck. There was like certain swishers at the time that tasted like pancakes or bacon or some shit. It's like,
that's gross.
Damn, that's gross. But anyway, we got back to the kid's house, right? Not the one I was originally staying with, the driver.
Okay.
The one giving the weed. And you know, we get back to his house. This is dope as fuck. His room's dope.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, you know,
his whole house was nice.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, rich kid, rich kid.
Yeah.
But his room had like the California flag on the outside. You know, basic stoner. You get in there, it has like one of those multicolored circle lights that just go around. I've never seen a better quick scoper.
Oh yeah! Oh dude, he's insanely good at Call of Duty. Yeah, I could never stand a chance.
Fuck no.
Never. Yeah, he's insane.
No.
Just quick scope, just everything. He's just an insane.
Dude, I've seen him pull some fucked up shit on that screen, and this is the first night I've been getting blasted. Every day up until this was like one hitters or maybe a bowl here and there.
Yeah.
This is my first time hitting a bong. We're in the circle. We're like 3 joints or some shit, and they all rolled and they're all fucking smoking everything. There was this. I actually have this pipe. My friend bought like a hand pipe. It's doing like this fucking number. And it has like the bowl in the center. I think you've smoked off it.
Probably.
It has like the broken finger on it and shit.
I can't think of the top of my head, but...
yeah. But we were smoking on that, our own bowl, because everyone had like, you know, aside from the circles, everyone was like in their own little corner and shit like that, smoking bowls. And we went back to the circle and there's a fucking bong now. I've never hit a bong.
Damn.
Yeah, so it gets to me. I fucking light that entire bowl. I inhale until the fucking cherry goes through.
Oh, wow.
And it was yellow as shit because I hit it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I pulled the bowl out and I fucking instantly started gagging.
I bet.
It was horrible. It was like the worst yellowy type shit. Like the yellow you see on a smoker's like piano keyboard. Like if you took bleach to that and you compared them, the yellow was that color of fucking bong smoke. And it went into my lungs. It was like getting hit in the fucking chest. It was like getting stomped on the fucking chest. And then, you know, of course, they were all laughing, but I was laughing too because I was like, God, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Yeah, amateur.
Oh, dude, it was a good night. Like, nothing bad happened ever. Nothing bad ever came of it. It was pretty chill.
Exactly, yeah.
But still sketchy, you know what I mean?
It's the whole fucking process of going into it.
Yeah.
It's sketchy as fuck. And that's the one nice thing about the legalization of marijuana is that you get away from that. You don't have to go through the fucking sketchy.
Exactly.
Some weed.
You go into a fucking building like you would a gas station. You are getting some pretty good fucking gas too.
Yep.
And you just go and pick top shelf shit. You don't even have to guess, oh yeah, this is like strawberry gorilla ape fuck here.
Yeah.
This is the best hybrid on the fucking shelf. Like, no, just go to your dispensary, get some fucking Gorilla Glue, man.
Which is nice,
Some
yeah.
building lights.
Because, I mean, essentially that's one of the things that's made so many criminals in our country is the fact that you have this war on drugs and you're throwing people in fucking jail for selling the weed and shit like this, then they're going in there and they're literally turning these people into criminals and for something that it doesn't need to be. They're just these outdated laws in themselves are creating criminals where there doesn't need to be criminals, and that's the nice thing about the legalization of it is that you are short-circuiting all of that. You're taking all of these people who are non-violent offending criminals and you're taking them and getting them away from that area. But, you know, then you have to, you know, how are you going to pay reparations to the people that you threw in jail for 40 years for fucking blah bullshit?
I don't think there's a way to do that.
You can't, yeah.
No.
You cannot give somebody back their time like that. You can't. There's no way in fuck to do it.
Like, you know, someone would probably say, name a price, and they'd be like, oh, give me like a few $1 million, and that'll make up for it. But it really doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like,
no, I mean, you miss your kids growing up. You miss when your dad dies and you can't go to his funeral.
Exactly.
Who knows what
fucking blow.
Yeah.
That's such a good example
Damn,
of that shit.
That was off the top,
Yeah.
man. Now look at you. I wasn't even thinking
Dude,
about that.
I just watched that movie like a couple weeks ago, but it's so good.
Great movie.
That's one of the few movies in my adult life that's made me fucking cry at the end.
It's so
because he's just sitting there writing the letter to his dad, how he's not going to see him before he dies and shit like that. Oh, dude,
may the wind always be at your or may the sun always be at your face and the wind at your back. Yeah, and,
dude, it broke my fucking heart at the end of that. I was like, no,
and then when
let
he's
him go.
Walking out with his daughter, and then his daughter's not even there. He's just imagining the whole thing. That is so fucking.
Kind of like, I never realized this. Have you seen the new Joker movie?
Yeah.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, new, subjective.
Newish.
Yeah, the newest one. So. That I never realized all the small shit in it because, you know, it was while family was over, people were talking the entire fucking time. And, you know, we're trying to watch it. I missed a lot of good shit on it. I want to rewatch it tomorrow or something, or sometime this week. But, so, it was like the entire time he thought he was with this girl. You know, he really wasn't. It showed that later in the movie. He was having flashbacks to those moments, and she had no idea who he was and shit like that. It's kind of like that in its own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. That was a damn good movie, too, actually. I
Okay,
watched that one again.
It's on Hulu.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll probably watch it tonight.
Hulu, sponsor us.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Plug in your movies.
Fuck yeah. Maybe we can get a Hulu show. That'd be cool as fuck. Damn. Hey, you can get on fucking Netflix and Hulu. Anybody can get that shit nowadays.
I mean, yeah.
We got a ways to go. But
Netflix doesn't look too much into censoring as much as Hulu and shit does.
Yeah, true. But either way, I don't know where
I mean,
we're
for
going,
God's sakes, if you look at fucking Big Mouth,
Mm-hmm.
like, have you watched that?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Like, if you can show that type of shit, even in cartoon form, if you can show that type of shit, you can get away with a lot on Netflix.
Yeah,
like,
that is true. That show's pretty fucked. I need to rewatch it because it was funny, but it was.
It is a fuck show.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's
I
funny, though.
don't know exactly where we're going. Blow, especially though, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've literally watched that movie more than any other movie. I think my top two movies And now the other one is lacking, but it was Blow and Friday because me and Brad literally watched like the first summer where we really were stoners, like getting into it, where we were really smoking like hard.
Yeah.
We were converting at that point, and we'd sit around and watch Blow and Friday and get high as hell and just do that, just Blow and Friday.
What about Fear and Loathing, man?
This was, I mean, I would watch it at home, but it was just because that was what Brad had there.
Oh,
He had Blow on Friday at his place.
Friday's so fucking good.
Oh, such a good
I love that
movie.
movie.
So fucking funny. I have the other two, but I haven't watched them yet.
I haven't either, and I
Yeah.
know that's such bullshit for me to even say Friday's good when I haven't seen the entire series, but that movie itself was fucking good.
Exactly. Friday itself
You
is a
got
great
knocked
movie.
the fuck out!
It is
Chris
so
Tucker is
good.
such an amazing fucking actor and comedian.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
For like the early 2000s, late 90s. He's a great comedian.
Yeah. They're all around great movie.
So what the fuck are Wade's Bros?
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I agree.
What is that one fucking movie where it's just a ridiculous name?
Don't know.
Goddamn.
Maybe I know. I probably know.
Something drinking your juice in the hood.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Huh.
Never come to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
It's not the name. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a stoner. But yeah, it's a good movie.
I'll have to look it up.
It's fucking hilarious.
It sounds good. I mean, anything.
It's with like the same ones in the Wayne's Bros TV show. I think it's Marlon and Damon. No, not Damon. Marlon and can't remember the other one's name. But yeah, they're good.
That is fun.
They're all great actors. That whole family is.
Yeah, I would like to watch that. Yeah, I guess we can kind of just wrap from now. I don't really know. We were kind of going. I think we eclipsed on our fucking canvas and everything.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, just like comedians in general, dude. I mean, the whole fucking. I guess what I would consider, obviously, they're a stand-up comedy before fucking Richard Pryor and Robin Williams. You know, that era. One of my favorites. My favorite old comedians is fucking. Oh fuck! Now I can't think of his name.
Give me a bit.
He's just calling everybody out, making fun of the blacks, making fun of the Jewish people, making fun of the Polish people, making fun of just everybody.
George Carlin?
No, not George Carlin. I love George Carlin.
Love George
He's
Carlin.
one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Don Rickles.
Fuck yes, dude. Don Rickles is like my favorite comedian that goes back a ways because he was opening up for fucking god damn, I can't think of anybody's names. I'm all fucking fucked up now. Fly me to the Frank Sinatra.
Oh, okay.
So he would open up for Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack and all them, and so he's an old ass comedian. And he would go on one of the night shows. I can't think of that guy's name right now either, but he's so fucking funny. He's absolutely one of my favorite comedians. And then, you know, as I was saying, get up through like Richard Pryor into that era, Robin Williams, all that kind of shit. I like that era of comedy for me is so fucking awesome. I think that's definitely where it started to expand out.
Were you ever into like Eddie Murphy's old comedy?
Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy's funny as fuck too.
Fuck
And
yeah.
actually, Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, they made a few movies together, but the one is my favorite, Harlem Nights. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't yet.
Oh, dude, I have it. You should borrow it. It's so good.
I say I have so many like cult classic movies I want to start and watch. There's just so many out there.
Me too. There's a lot that I still need to see, like big ones, like fucking. What is that? The Big Lebowski.
You haven't seen that?
No, they got the Dude Abides now.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I really want to watch it.
It's a good movie.
There's certain movies that I know that I'm really gonna like, so I just put them off. So I still have like movies that I know that I'm really gonna love that I can watch in the future. That's gonna be brand new to me. I don't know if that sounds stupid or
I'm
not.
loving that movie. I'm gonna have to show you a scene after this. I think it's from The Big Lebowski where the dude shoots the fucking cat by accident. They're like fucking with guns in the house and he pulls the trigger and shoots another dude's fucking cat and it blows the fucking cat apart.
Isn't that Pulp Fiction?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think that might be Pulp Fiction. That's a great movie.
It's either
too.
that or Saints, Boondock Saints.
Oh, that's definitely in the Boondock Saints
Yeah.
too. Something like that happened in fucking Pulp Fiction though too. We're gonna have to. We're gonna look this up afterwards. I don't remember now. But yeah, the Boondock Saints. I know exactly what you're talking about. Now he shoots that chick's cat. That is such a fucking good movie.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of just talking about some random ass shit, not to be honest.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
We started going into movies and everything there.
From our deep psychedelic talks and prison statements.
We're a little dazed and confused.
It's always fine to be a little dazed.
Cue the song. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody else.
Don't copyright us.
Yeah, just probably you. I hope you guys get that.
Yeah, look it up. It's a great song.
Great song. Honestly, I'm fucking tired. I think we covered some good ground.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a late start today with waiting for the fucking pizza dude to show up.
Oh, they took
fucking forever.
I was kind of pissed. I wanted to start like fucking half hour to an hour before that.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I mean, at least we got some pizza.
At least I got my ears stretched too.
Yeah, true. For sure.
Hopefully I can get a hold of our amazing editor Young Alex tonight and immediately get those tunnels because I hate sleeping with these fuckers.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass because I had one fall out that first night. Yeah.
Fuck that. That's sick.
But luckily it was the smallest size, so I just cleaned it and put it back in. It was nothing.
Yeah.
But
hey, you get there though. Slowly
but surely, man. We're getting there.
And then stay tuned for the next one.
Hell
the next
yeah.
episode.
Hell yeah.
The next something. Who knows?
Next week, at around Thursday at maybe 6 p.m., the stars will align and you will be blessed with a brand new episode of us.
Gang.
Fucking gang. Have a great night, everybody.
Yeah, peace out, bitches.
Peace.